Hey hackers, today's episode is about one thing you can do that will make everyone love you, so stay tuned. I believe we are being sold a lie that we need to deteriorate over time. Anti-aging is in our face every day. People are afraid and ashamed of not being young. While aging is inescapable, I believe we can improve as we age. Join me, Belle Carter, as I go on a journey of self-optimization in all areas of life: mental, physical, emotional, financial, and spiritual. Let's get hacked as. Hey guys, welcome back. So, the one thing that you can do that makes everyone love you. We're living in this time now where everyone is so preoccupied and so distracted. And how often do you talk to someone and you know they're only half there? They're only half there, and the other half of them is either glancing at their phone or waiting for something to happen on their phone, or they're just not here. Maybe they're thinking about something else. They're not really with you. So we're all walking around feeling totally not important because people aren't treating us like we're important. When I started doing this, what I'm going to share with you in a moment, this is the time when people started to open up to me so much more. I started to make connections with people that were so much deeper and meaningful than anything else I'd ever seen and ever experienced. I created relationships, stronger relationships. I learned so much more about people that was totally unexpected. I found it so much easier to love other people and understand them. And all you have to do is see them. That's all it is. You have to really, truly see them. When you're talking to someone, you look into their eyes, you just look at them, and you actually hear what they have to say. I've been working on this for the last 18 months. I've been I want to be really present with people now. I want to be really present. And I feel like the fruits of that are just starting to show now. Because before I had to keep going I'm not here anymore. Come back. I have to keep bringing myself back every time my mind would wander off. And I feel like I'm really getting the hang of it now. And I don't have to keep reminding myself all the time to come back. And I'm hearing things in people that I never noticed before. And I see parts of them that I've never seen before. And people seem to really be much more drawn to me since I've been actually looking at people and seeing them and actually hearing them. And it's crazy. It's so crazy the effect it's had on my life. And let me tell you how it's had an effect on my life. I love to learn. And I'm a strong believer that everyone has something to share. But for so long, I've been so caught up in, wanting to get to the next thing. I was just saying to my neighbor that it's everyone just wants everything now. Everyone's all about now. And just no, I don't think they're really about now. They're more about the next thing. Oh my gosh, that's so true. People aren't really present here in the now. They're more just thinking of what's next. People aren't worrying about right now when really all we have is right now. And I just caught up with some friends this afternoon and he was saying the same thing, and people are so worried about finding their purpose. And it's what if your purpose is happening right now, but all you're doing is looking around at what's next? There's so much power in being right here, right now, feeling this one moment, being with this one person, doing this one thing. There's so much power in that. So much power in that if we just be here. Oh my God, it's so crazy that just being here, being present, can change your whole world. Everyone's so worried about the next thing, that we're not being here, and no one is here. I have a friend who I won't name, but sometimes it's like when I'm talking to her, it's like I'm just talking to the air. She's there and she's looking at me. She's not looking at her phone. Sometimes she's looking at her phone. But I can just see it in her eyes. She's not there. She's not here with me. She's not listening. Sometimes she'll repeat back to me what I say. I'm like, yeah, but you still didn't hear it. It's so funny. They will tell you, like, I've watched all these talks about being present and having good conversation with people because I want to learn it. And one of the things that the gurus will tell you is, like, repeat back to the person what they said to show you that you're listening. It's like, no, you shouldn't have to do that to show that you're listening. You should just be listening. Because if you have to show people you're listening, that means you're not really truly listening. You're thinking, oh shit, I better show them that I'm listening. So you missed everything that they just said. But just because you repeated things back to them doesn't mean that you actually heard them and it actually sunk in. If you've been to school, you know what I'm talking about. You have to repeat shit. Repeat things. But do you retain that information? Most of the times you don't retain that information. So repeating shit back to people is not being there with them. That's just trying to cover up for the fact that you aren't here with them. So how can you see them? How can you hear them? Because there's a lot of noise going on in all our heads. It was happening with me a lot. It still happens sometimes. So I'll tell you what I've done to help. I've just made it a goal of mine to be more present with people. And because I've made that a goal, it's always in my mind. So when I'm with someone and I'm listening to them and then I can feel myself wandering off, I'll be like, shit, come back. And I'll come back. And just catching yourself is a good thing. When you catch and you're like, holy crap, I so wasn't present for that whole conversation. I kept wondering. Well, the fact that you actually noticed that and you care is a huge, huge plus. Most people don't even notice that they didn't hear. They don't even care that they didn't hear. And so really what you're doing is making people not want to talk to you and not want to be around you because they don't feel seen or feel heard. The people who like you the most are not the ones that you talk to the most. They're the ones who feel like you listen to them. Because at the end of the day, we're all pretty bloody selfish and we just want to be seen and we want to be heard. So people are going to like you and love you and feel so much more connected to you when they feel seen and they feel heard. So if you want to start making meaningful connections with people, because God, aren't we tired of the fake shit? Aren't we tired of meaninglessness? I friggin' am. So if you are too, then start seeing people and start hearing them and you'll be so surprised at what you will learn and what you will gain. It'll change your whole friggin' world. So my advice to you is this: if you want to see and you want to hear people better, because if you want to be seen and you want to be heard, you have to first do that for others. Just keep it in the forefront, and every time you catch yourself wondering, just come back. And over time, you will notice that you don't have to keep reminding yourself, because that muscle is building and getting stronger, and you're getting better at it. So start seeing people and start hearing people. Because you deserve that, so they do too. Hey, thanks for tuning in. I hope you've learned a hack or two today. If you like what you're hearing, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, rate, comment, share, depending on where you're listening. If you have any questions for me or any of the guests you hear on the show, send them to hackedasradio.com for a chance to be featured. Remember, your best days don't need to be behind you.